Okay, we're gonna finish this up. We're talking about Marita, and she's 12 years old, and she's talking about her experience at KIPP. So she says, I wake up at 5:45 a.m. to get a head start. I brush my teeth, shower, I get some breakfast at school if I'm running late. Usually get yelled at because I'm taking too long. I meet my friends Diana and Steven at the bus stop, and we get the number 1 bus. The 5:45 wake up is typical of KIPP students, especially given the long bus and subway commutes that many have to get to school. Levin, at one point, went to a 7th grade music class with 70 kids in it and asked for a show of hands on when the students woke up. A handful said they woke up at 6, 3/4 said they woke up before 6, almost half said they woke up before 5:30. One classmate of Marita's, a boy named Jose, said sometimes he wakes up at 3 or 4 a.m., finishes his homework from the night before, and goes back to sleep for a little bit. Marita went on, I leave school at 5 p.m., and if I don't lollygag around, then I will get home around 5:30, then I say hi to my mom really quickly and start my homework. And if it's not a lot of homework that day, it'll take me 2 or 3 hours, I'll be done around 9 p.m., or if we have essays, I will be done around 10 or 10:30 p.m. Sometimes my mom makes me break for dinner. I tell her I want to go straight through, but she says I have to eat. So around 8, she makes me break for dinner for like a half hour, and then I get back to work. Then usually after that, my mom wants to hear about school, but I have to make it quick because I have to get to bed by 11 p.m. So I get all my stuff ready, and then I get into bed. I tell her about the day and what happened, and by the time we are finished, she is on the brink of sleeping. So that's probably around 11:15. Then I go to sleep, and the next morning we do it all over again. We are in the same room, but it's a huge bedroom, and you can split it into 2, and we have beds on either sides. Me and my mom are very close. Okay, I'm gonna skip these 2 paragraphs for you, and we're gonna go down to this paragraph right here. Marita's life is not the life of a typical 12-year-old, nor is it what we would necessarily wish for a 12-year-old. Children, we like to believe, should have time to play and dream and sleep. Marita has responsibilities. Her community does not give her what she needs. So what does she have to do? Give up her evenings and weekends and friends and all the elements of her old world and replace them with KIPP. Here is Marita again in a passage that is a little short of heartbreaking. Well, when we started 5th grade, I used to have contact with one of the girls from my old school. And whenever I left school on Friday, I would go to her house and stay there until my mom would get home from work. So I would be at her house and I'd be doing my homework. She would never have any homework, and she would say, oh my God, you stay there late. Then she said she wanted to go to KIPP, but she would say that KIPP is too hard and she didn't want to do it. And I would say, everyone says that KIPP is hard, but once you get the hang of it, it's really not that hard. She told me, it's because you are smart. And I said, no, every one of us is smart. And she was just so discouraged because we stayed until 5 and we had a lot of homework. And I told her that us having a lot of homework helps us do better in class. She told me she didn't want to hear the whole speech. All my friends now are from KIPP. I'm going to skip a little bit of this. It's talking about what students get back in return by going to KIPP and doing all of this school. And it says it will get 84% of them up or above their grade level in mathematics. On the strength of that performance, 90% of KIPP students get scholarships to private parochial high schools instead of having to attend their own desultory high school in the Bronx. And there's another vocabulary word, desultory. Desultory. It means lacking a fixed plan. All right, I'm going to skip this paragraph. Actually, this is our last paragraph, so I'll read it. Marita does not need a brand new school with acres of playing fields and gleaming facilities. She doesn't need a laptop and a smaller class, a teacher with a PhD, or a bigger apartment. She doesn't need a higher IQ or a mind as quick as Chris Langan's. All those things would be nice, of course, but they miss the point. Marita just needed a chance. And look at the chance she was given. Someone brought a little piece of the rice paddy to the South Bronx and explained to her the miracle of meaningful work. Okay, so that's it. you can go ahead and answer the questions now. You are responsible for the questions that I wrote down on your sheet.